There's a graphic that you probably have seen all over social media recently as it relates to purchasing a home now versus 6 months ago. And the idea behind it is fine and all well and good. And what it's trying to do is tell you, hey, it's still a good time to buy a home. The problem is that the math is entirely wrong. So here's an example of it right here. I want you to take a look at it. As you can see, what it's demonstrating is that the purchase price was listed at $450,000, but people were overpaying back in a market where people were just throwing out numbers out there. And so they're paying $500,000 for the house, putting 10% down, but the interest rates were better back then. And so here's how the numbers work out. The problem is those numbers are crazy and do not add up. So be careful where you're getting your information. And also, when you see something like this, make sure you check it out before you start sharing. Here is that same identical situation, and with a version of that also is not only accurate mathematically, but also is compliant because there's some rules about being able to post this type of information. So with that in mind, here, as I mentioned, is the example of that. So you can see it right there where the numbers are entirely different. Now, it still shows you that it is a great time to buy a home, but the numbers aren't as advantageous as they were the first time, let's say. Just be careful. The moral of the story is this: still a great time to buy a home, but be careful where you're getting your information. Make sure you're talking to an expert. Follow and like for more tips.